Original screens only come in white or black. Apple doesn't make any colored screens. A cracked iPhone screen has two flex cables. The fat flex cable is called the LCD flex cable, while the long thin cable is known as the digitizer flex cable. The word Apple is written on both of the flex cables for all original screens. Original screens all have what is known as a V mark on the front of the digitizer flex cable. This is the only way to try to tell if the screen is most likely original by looking at it from the front. An original screen also has what is known as, we'll see, is called a lens diffuser. This is a piece of glass that surrounds the hole on the top right of the back of the screen. Many times these lens diffusers will fall off, leaving glue residue around this hole. This glue residue will prove that a lens diffuser has once been on the screen. You see it right there. And original screens will often have black tape on the heat transfer film on the back of the screen. Because aftermarket screens mimic original screens, they'll often share some of the same qualities that original screens have. However, you can always differentiate between the two. Aftermarket screens will have trade stickers or trade stamps located on the back of the screens. It could be a sticker or just like a Chinese stamp. If you find a trade sticker or trade stamp, you can be sure it's an aftermarket screen. In rare cases, Chinese producers can make copies that look extremely similar to original screens, and these copies may have lens diffusers, counterfeit Apple writing on the flex cables, or even have the V mark on the front of the flex cables. However, these producers will always give themselves away by putting stamps or stickers on the back of the screen, and that's how you can tell it's aftermarket. Most aftermarket screens will not have sponge foam installed on the front, and will not have a lens diffuser on the back of the screen. When you look, you'll see no lens diffuser, and you'll also tell that there's no evidence that the lens diffuser was ever there, because there won't even be any sign of glue or residue on, over that hole. If the digitizer on the back of either the LCD or the digitizer flex cable, either one, do not have Apple written on them, you could be sure that it's an aftermarket LCD. So you can see right there, it doesn't say Apple. That's how you know it's aftermarket. If none of these practices are present, it's original, which means there's a lens diffuser or evidence that a lens diffuser is on it. It also means that it only comes in white or black. It also means that there's going to be a V mark on the front of the flex cable. Because it's original, Apple will also be written on the back of both flex cables. To summarize, if Apple is not written on both of the flex cables, it's an aftermarket screen. If there's no V mark on the front digitizer flex cable, it's also an aftermarket screen. And if the screen comes in any other color besides white or black, it's surely an aftermarket screen. If there is a trade stamp or trade sticker on the screen, it also is an aftermarket screen.